Nurse Allen coming to you today from Healing Healthcare Training Institute here in East Point, Michigan. Today I will be bringing you another skill. Today I will be doing denture care. This is one of the 17 testable skills here in the state of Michigan. I'm going to go through the entire process of how you wash dentures because it's a state testable skill, and I want to make sure that you're successful on your first attempt on how to get all your supplies and what you need for this particular skill. So I'm going to go gather my supplies, and it'll look something like this. I'm going to knock on the door. Good morning, Miss Allen. My name is Tanita. I'm here to clean your dentures. Is it okay? The patient is going to give me permission to clean her dentures. So the next thing I'm going to do is do my hand sanitizing till my hands are completely dry. I'm going to provide Miss Allen some privacy. So I've provided Miss Allen some privacy, and now I'm going to go gather my supplies. Now for this skill, I like to grab my table because my sink is here, and I'm just going to use some paper towel on the table. And it's going to make more sense in a moment. Okay, and I'm going to grab my supplies. So what you need for this skill, you need your toothpaste, your denture brush, the dentures, and gloves. So these are all of the supplies that you need for this particular skill. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my gloves. Then I'm going to take and I forgot one thing. Now, normally you use a big towel like this for your dentures, but because my sink is so small, we're going to use a face towel that's going to be the size of a bath towel to line the sink. So this is what you need. You need your toothpaste, your dentures, and a towel for the sink and a barrier on the table. Normally the bathroom has a larger space, but because we're limited, we're going to use this. So you're going to put your towel in the sink. You're going to grab your paper towel to turn on your water. You're going to discard that into the dirty. Okay? You're going to take your dentures. You're going to pour out all of the content into the toilet like so. Then you're going to rinse it out. I like to take my cup out. I have two. So depend on where what type of denture cup that the patient uses. This one has the strainer. So I'm going to sit this in the sink. Some of them are just a little round circular one and it doesn't have that, but that's okay. If you don't, you just rinse them out and put them in the sink like so. So I've rinsed this out. So I'm going to rinse this out, making sure it's clean and putting fresh water in there, and also my fresh Effordent. So I like to put my effort in there so when they're soaking overnight, because the scenario is going to read, please clean dentures. The patient is going to bed and they're not going to put them back in their mouth. So all I'm doing is cleaning the denture. So notice I'm not touching the patient at all. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've already had the water is running. I'm going to grab my toothbrush and I'm going to the denture brush. You have a large side and a small side. So I'm going to wet it. I'm going to put a pea size of toothpaste on both sides. Put the top back on, set it to the side. So now I'm going to grab my dentures. Now the skill is only going to ask you to wash one set of the dentures. So I'm going to take my one set of dentures and with cool tepid water, because that's a test question, and you want to brush them. So I'm going to take my larger side of my toothbrush and brush all those areas. So I'm going to brush the side of the dentures all the way around. I'm going to brush the top molars, your chewing molars, all the way around. Then I'm going to brush the chewing in the behind the teeth all the way around. Then I'm going to turn over the dentures and I'm going to take the smaller part And where the adhesive is in the goes, I'm going to brush there to get all that adhesive and any food debris that may be caught up in there. I'm going to sit my dentures back in the cup and let them rinse. I'm going to rinse off my toothbrush, rinsing off all of the toothpaste residue. I'm going to clean it out and I'm going to set it to the side. Now I'm going to use that same cool tepid water and I'm going to rinse off my dentures. I'm rinsing my dentures. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Mind you, it's in that little cup. So now that I've rinsed all the water, it's no dripping water, I'm going to sit my dentures back in the container, close that. I'm going to take me a clean paper towel to turn off the water. Discard that. I'm going to take the towel that I had in the sink, squeeze all of that water, excess water out of it. And then I'm going to throw this in the dirty linen. It's thrown in the dirty linen. And then now the only thing I have to do is take off my dirty gloves. I'm going to take my hand, pinch my gloves. Now, because I left everything on the table and it's all paper, I'm just going to take and put everything here and discard everything into the trash. So everything is thrown in the trash. Now the only thing I have left, mind you, I set up enough paper towel. So I got paper towel for my toothbrush and I have paper towel to pick up my dentures. So now I'm going to take Miss Allen's dentures back, put them away, put that away, and then I'm going to discard my paper towel. Now the last thing, my hands were clean because I didn't touch anything. I'm going to take Miss Allen her bedside table back, make sure Miss Allen's call light is still in reach, open up her privacy curtain, and then I'm going to do my hand hygiene. Now I'm going to step back, look at my environment, check to make sure I've done everything. So I'm going to go through my steps. Did I knock on the door? Did I announce myself? Did I let the patient know what I was doing? Did I provide the patient privacy? Yes, I did all them things. Now, what was the actual skill? The skill was denture care, cleaning the patient's denture before the patient goes to bed. I got my supplies. I had a barrier on the table. I had my supplies. So what I needed was some dentures. I had a barrier for the sink. I had her toothbrush, her toothpaste. I used cool tepid water. I brushed the teeth on all surfaces. I rinsed her teeth. I put them away. I turned off my sink with paper towel, turned it on with paper towel. I did not cross-contaminate. I'll think about it. I'd like to tell my students to always triple check to make sure that they've done everything in that skill. After I'm sure I've done everything, I'll turn to Miss Allen and ask Miss Allen, do you need anything else? Any paper towel, any magazines, water, anything? She says she doesn't need anything. Then at that time, I would tell my proctor, my skill is complete. Please click like, share, and subscribe if you like the videos. I will be bringing you videos on a regular basis that's done through Headmasters, and I promise I'm going to get better and better as we go along. But I just want you to be successful on your first attempt. And one thing I want to tell you, please, please, please make sure when you come to test that you have on a uniform, because if you don't, they will not allow you to test. And please be there 20 minutes early. Thank you and have a nice day.